Nectars Within, all about mind, life and soul enhancement.
With this, I like to take you to the next question, which is especially about your, in my language, your third kid, which is Dutch studies.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Given your life history, which is driven by purpose to make that much needed change for people around, and also you are culturally interested, you have been across, and you had this purpose-driven mindset, you settled down in India. You're married there, you have 3 kids, including your head to toe to heart and Dutch studies. And you have been also cultural trainer and also language trainer for over 20 plus years. With all these things, you have invested in one aspect, which is your third kid, which is Dutch studies. First question is why? And second question is, what made you to do that? And
So again, two third kids. So on my daughter, second is Total Heart, my project, and so with purpose, and maybe also I do that because my daughter is more independent. So I have time for some other purpose in a way. My daughter still will need me, and I will need her, but that's a different way maybe. But then the third thing is that so what I really feel is that I could make a difference here. What I thought that so I did what happens at the moment is what motivates me most is that all the labor immigration grow and all the tension was about it in our societies. People forget often this migration happens everywhere. If you live in Bangalore, every year 400,000 new people come live in Bangalore.
Exactly.
They come from all parts of India where also cultural issues will arise.
Yeah,
I also difficult to see because they look all the same. So North Indians, so South Indians speak about North Indians. They are different. This and that. They do this. So it's a very global kind of things at the moment that everybody is looking for opportunities, better opportunities, and easily roam around. So in the Netherlands they say the Netherlands is full, the country had a new government. Yesterday there was the new government they put the intentions for the next year, and always starts. The Netherlands is one of the most populated countries
in Europe.
In Europe, and if you and Indians, also my daughter roams around. There's so many places. When you live in Bangalore, you say, "Well, you're so much space you have here." So it's always difficult to cope with. So the thing is that so the issue is very global issue. It will happen for the next 20-30 years about all this migration will go on, because reality is about some part of the world, especially Asia and Africa, have a very young population. One part of the world, Western world, more an aging population. So we need more young people. They also say we want to, because of technology, etc., we don't maybe less workers, or we need to have Dutch people who can maybe change their schooling and still can do some work, like for example nursing work. But at the end, it's 100% sure, nobody will deny it. We need some amount of labor migration here in Europe or in the United States or even Eastern Europe. Before, a lot of people came from Eastern Europe to here, but even there they have an aging population now. So we really have to get people from India. So that's just a situation. What I feel should be accepted totally. It is like this, and you can always discuss how many people should come. I also think it should be in a way restricted. At least it should be selected well, but then you have to organize it very well if you want to do it. So if you want to have a proper, good working system of migration of knowledge workers, etc., will come to work here, because we can't find the people here to do it, then you have to organize it very well. And what really irritates me at this moment is that the discussion is so much about yes, no, whatever, that nobody takes responsibility of organizing. I don't understand why there's not a big government program to organize that properly, and I know all kind of companies, IT companies, or
hospitals,
okay, all themselves are just finding out the wheel themselves to do that. And sometimes it goes well, but sometimes also they don't have the budget in all different ways, or they feel quite does not also conform with the ILO. You have the International Labour Organization. You have certain rules, certain rights, and now also my lawyer background comes also there. For migration workers, certain rights. For example, if you select somebody to work here, then the training should be paid for them, the travel, etc. And that often doesn't happen at the moment. And certainly with this kind of non-commercial, and that's why I also want to set up a kind of NGO, non-commercial kind of immigration, where you say not directly not sure who's going to pay for it. An organization, what I'm trying to do now is needed, so that at least the training, selection, etc. will be hopefully more coordinated, and be also a point of contact for people who have the aim to recruit people from here, that at least things learn from each other, learn from other experiences. And now I'm really shocked by seeing, I also went to Belgium, Florida, because Dutch, also there you have to learn Dutch. And also there are 6 initiatives only for nurses already working totally separately from each other, what I understood. They're all trying to do the same thing. And it's such a complicated thing to do, to train properly, prepare properly there. So there should be a kind of much more organized kind of system to do this. So that, and also I also feel in the Netherlands, people should really be, and Flanders and Belgium should be really prepared for this reality of getting immigrants, and that you have to, maybe they could help with the Dutch teaching, also the Dutch culture training share, all human beings you can share. I know there's something like a negative spirit about people, about foreigners. But also, it was very, what I feel, and also for Indians also to understand Dutch people in this field. I grew up born in 1968, so I never had people from different cultures in my class or something, whatever. So afterwards, then in 2003, after that, 1990, a lot of migrants came, also a lot of problems with integration. So first generation migrants came, and a lot of issues. There's some moment in 2002, before I went to India, there was one it's called Pim Fortuyn, is a Dutch politician. He was killed here, he was murdered, and he also spoke freely about all these foreigners, why do you have to come? He was not killed for that, it was a different reason he was killed that time. And he was the first who really spoke up. Why? Because people felt everywhere you have people from different cultures coming into the country. And also, to be frank, we could also agree, that's why he got a lot of votes. People felt uncomfortable. Whole neighborhoods changed with people from different cultures who even didn't speak the language, etc. Now, we are already second generation, third generation, and when I come back to Netherlands now, I see also a lot of foreigners coming here from different kind of cultures, but they often speak already Dutch language because they born here. So the situation again different than 20 years ago. So I think a lot of all generation, I feel, often really not really used that we have a very multicultural kind of Netherlands, where maybe the half of the population of big cities has a migration background, and also you have different colors. Before it was more, we never saw them, but now you see so many multicolor kind of society, but you also in India you don't have. Yeah, in a way you have it, but also maybe there's another subject maybe one time. And people still have to get, all the generations get used. A younger generation growing up more with it, I feel they just see it as normal. So it's also a phase you have to go through the society. But the reality of maybe only 10 or 15% of the world is white. Less people who are white are born at the moment than people from Asia, Africa, whatever. So you have, the reality is, and they should have to accept it. And that also a country as the Netherlands, without immigration will come, workers are needed. So you need to have a people very, very multiracial kind of society, what just a normal thing. You can go back. The only thing is that you should just try to organize better, train people properly, prepare people properly in the Netherlands, in Flanders, but also abroad before they come here. People should be much better prepared before they come here. And then you can have it really good beneficial for everybody. But now it's not organized and there's such a taboo about it and nobody takes responsibility for it. So I'm really, and I see a lot of things happening, recruiting, the nurses have to pay themselves for the classes. But in India you don't have already so much money, and it's also very difficult to learn a language like this.
Of course. Yeah.
You learn this level, but you really now it's quite B1 level, just a very high level that you have to learn. So it's not for everybody who can do it. So again, I just good culture fit before you go. Are you really able to do you have the qualities personally to be able to work here, to really add to this society, to really be independent working here? Are you able to learn the language? So good selection before. And what we also did in the project that I think was well done. It cost a lot of money. The problem, who's going to pay for that? That's why I want more like an NGO kind of things. These things can also be solved, I think, by an NGO. If you only think commercially, it is often not very interesting for organizations to do. So I think there should be some, through the mix of subsidies, paid kind of services that we give, maybe also memberships. I'm not sure how to do it, to finance that Dutch Studies network in India. We're going to set up in the next months. I'm definitely sure that that will be successful. Only thing we have to find the modus still. And so I really also for foreign, let's not focus on Indians, but also who work already a long time here. They also could contribute also, maybe to become member later of this, so other people will be helped. Or you can help with Indians who are coming to the Netherlands to guide them. I know there are a lot of people who can make themselves involved. But I think it's in everybody's interest that is the quality, or at least the organization of all these processes goes much better, and that we really have good integrated knowledge workers from abroad were really very needed and should be very appreciated. So I think we're very happy that you want to come to the Netherlands to work here. But that spirit, there should be a different kind of spirit. I'm sure we could do it also in a really nice way that really people are really happy to help others, to integrate, etc. From the Dutch and the Flemish side, and also people really would like to come here. And we need them. The reality, we need migrant workers, but it has not been good organized in the past. Also quite a lot has happened. So also the whole globalization gives such a huge changes to our societies. So people are often, it's too fast probably it went. So I think it's also, you can understand also the fear, and if it's racism, sometimes could be racism, it's also just the unknown. People are afraid for the unknown, and so I'm not always say that people are racist here. So I think it's just, but I think just the interaction, the conversation, and that should be organized in a way. It's not that people do it themselves. Often yes, but also very often not. So there I feel some kind of things I can do can put my heart and soul in, because I see all these things happen. It's not, and also I'm also in a way proud that people like you and other 100 people I helped by teaching to integrate here. And if you talk about migrant work, so it's that we have too many. We should have less. I think we should not have less. We should have the good ones. That's what I say. And we should do it in a good way. train them. So it's a very complex kind of thing where I feel a kind of what I say in this phase, maybe here I have to do something in this field, and because I can make a difference because of the experiences I have and also the person I have to make it work. So that's my third child. Fine, one child grown up.
Yeah.
Second child, total heart, a different phase. We're going to do something else on the
It
countryside.
has grown up.
Yeah, grown up, and now we do something else with it. In a way, also grown up. In a way, became adult. And now we want to, with that knowledge we have, do something else. Maybe also advise others on that. Also that little bit searching.
And now a new baby.
New project, yeah, a very new thing that we also feel but I also feel for the next 20, 30 years very necessary, because
you found your next purpose for the next 20 years.
Yeah, it's just about purpose. And again, my focus only on purpose. I also, again, because I did some commercial service for the IT company that I work for, I also in the position that we could build a house, that we don't have too many daily costs there. So it also gives me the freedom to go for this purpose. If you have too many, again, a lot of people are only struggling every day to make ends meet. Even I in a way also know, but again, so they don't have that
liberty,
the liberty to do it, to really do things what is their purpose. So it's always a thing. Also, so you should also find a way. So that's why if you buy an expensive car that you have to pay off, or an expensive house which you pay off the rest of your life, then you maybe have less time for your purpose. So, so if you say it's the material things, for me at least, don't make me very happy, so I'm very less. So finally, if I spend money, it's only on books or knowledge on things, but I never have, it never comes in my mind. And also, so there's also quite more like a Buddhist thing is that, but that, so if you don't, you need, bring your needs down.
True.
That's to be free. Bring your needs down. So on the material needs, on the material field. So again, you need to, of course, everyone needs a house. But Gandhi also, what I really like from Gandhi also, that expression, so meaningful. Enough for everybody need, not for everybody greed. That's a good situation, because we became so wealthy as a world, I think, together. And if you really think about certain countries, I think maybe India also already, there's enough for everybody need, but not for everybody greed. And greed is still very much in everybody's thing. I want to have more this and that. So if that evolution of the humankind, I also think that greed should go more, and maybe that the need and maybe sharing. It's not a very difficult thing. For me, it's also difficult to share everything with others, because you still want to have that foundation for yourself. Sure. So don't think about myself as too good, because I have the same.
It's all about a balance.
Same kind of fear I also have still.
We will need to do something for our commercials, for day to day to meet our bills, but not necessarily our life has to be around that. We can still focus on the purpose and take a luxury, a liberty to just focus on a purpose and focus also on our parallel life, which is meeting our daily bills.
Transforming minds and enriching lives.